Okay, hey everyone, welcome to Pick a Card Tuesday. I think I missed last Tuesday. I was on a flight coming back to Canada. So I'm at Kelly Falardo's place. You can probably tell. She's got one of her paintings in behind me. And it's time that we did some cards. Gosh, lots of things have happened. I was at the fair in St. Albert last weekend, and that was incredible. It's probably the best fair I've ever been to. It was like 3 streets long and big, massive streets. So if you are ever in Edmonton, Alberta or St. Albert, go to the St. Albert Fair in the summertime. There is nothing like it. Okay, so, and while I was there, this is dedicated today to Wanda. You know who you are. So it was funny because I was joking around with Kelly and I was saying, gosh, you know what? I haven't been recognized. I was joking. And I did the same thing in London when I was there. God, how long ago was that? It feels like forever now. But 2 times now, I've actually said, that's so strange. No one's recognized me. Ha ha ha, right? Because, I mean, I've got lots of followers, but it feels like just on the edge. And anyways, that day in London, someone recognized me. They went, oh my God, I've got your book. Wherever my book is. Oh, I have it right here. Look at that. The 5 Lessons of Life. And I talked to Amazon. Guess what? They were blocking it, sons of guns. They were limiting the amount of books that would sell per person. So right now in Canada, you can only buy 3 of those books, period. They stop you from buying any more than 3. I would say that's censorship, wouldn't you? Really bizarre. So I've tried everything to go through Amazon to try to unblock my book and unblock the limitation of it. And we'll see what happens. But right now, KDP, their distributors, will not and cannot do anything. I talked to a supervisor, and he then sent me to the retail side of it, which has no phone number, just in a chat line. And so I've put in my request there. But this is a print on demand, and to have it being limited, it was 1 per client. Now it's 3 per client. That's not right. So they're actually limiting my income and my ability to have a business running properly. And I asked for the reason why, and he said it says something to the effect of content. So obviously they don't like the content, and they're shadow banning my book. Not very impressed with Amazon. So we knew that a lot of spiritual books were being stopped from being sold, and now we have proof. So I've got it all photo, a screenshot. So I might actually look at getting someone to look into that for me, because that's a lot of lost revenue, I believe. And funny enough, as soon as we opened the floodgates, 91 books sold in, 2 days? Isn't that interesting? I had 1 book sold in January, February, none in March, I believe, none in April, or 1 in April. Crazy. So, anyways, lots of good stuff happening. I'm in Canada, doing well. And like I said, I was at the fair in St. Albert, and I was having a sample of this really lovely dip with Kelly. We were having a great time, and so I was treating her to one of the dips because she's letting me couch surf here. That's my bed, my makeshift bed back there. Anyways, so I'm couch surfing. I bought the dip, and as I said to the lady, Wanda, I said, okay, we'll get this dip. And she goes, you bet, Carrie Kohan. She goes, Carrie Kohan. And I went, yeah, do I know you? She goes, I love your show. I love your YouTube channel. And I love the program. And I was like, aw, Yay! Someone really, really loves it out there. Isn't that wonderful to hear? So I know a lot of you guys do. I see your comments, and I am so grateful for each and every one of you. But how wonderful was that to actually run into someone and they say, wow, Carrie, I just love your show. So it's been really, really a wonderful trip to Canada. Don't know when I'm coming back or if. I don't know. We'll see. I've really enjoyed it here coming back. I tell you, though, if there's any kind of inkling of a lockdown, I'm out of here. But other than that, it's been a really great time to come home. Okay, so I've got a few different things here. I've got my ruins. They're pretty noisy, but these are my ruins. And I don't know if you know of them. Funny that I picked this one. So each one has a symbol, and they're crystal, glass. But each one has a symbol painted on. This one is protection. This one is rising up and connecting with spirit and feeling that protection, feeling that light energy around you. What else have we got here? There's so many. I love this one too. This is community. So this is building the bridge and with community and building the friends and family around you. This one is all about birthing a new nation, birthing a new time in your life. So I'm thinking that I'll also pull a ruin for you at the end of the reading. So once again, it is, pick a card, pick a deck Tuesday, and you choose between deck number 1, deck number 2, or deck number 3. Or what I like to say is choose door number 1, door number 2, or door number 3. So I want you to think right now, what deck, what door is best for me to focus on? And first of all, ask a question. Think of a question that you would like to ask, and then ask yourself which deck is best for hearing and feeling and sensing the answer to that question. Okay, so deck number 1, door number 1. Let us begin. I am actually going to quickly cleanse these, bring these back to Creator, and say, please, dear Lord, bring these back to their natural state. Wow. Now, can any of you see that? Can you see that rush of energy? It's amazing. I can certainly feel it. I can see it. It's beautiful. Again, please, dear Lord, bring this back to its natural state. Wow. Beautiful. Okay. Made my nose run a bit. Okay. How delicate is that? Delicate like a rose. Okay. What else was I going to say to you? Oh, I'm having a workshop here this weekend in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I'm hosting my first workshop back in Canada. So if you are in the Edmonton area, or even if you're in Vancouver or wherever, and you want to come into my workshop, I have it at about 90% off its retail price because I'm going to be videotaping it and making a course. So if you're interested in it, I will be posting below in the comments the link to it. And like I said, there's only 3 seats left. That's such a price. God, such a price. I haven't been drinking for like 5 years now. Okay, I have talked long enough. Let's begin, shall we? Door number 1. What would they like to say? Well, your first card is probably the best card. Success. Success. Woohoo! Isn't that exciting? Success in what? You're planting the seeds to success, right? Isn't wow. I think we'll just end there. That's kind of enough, isn't it? Right? Do we need to know anything else? Right? That's really, I love that. Okay, so I would say you have planted the seeds financially, emotionally, physically, sexually, with your friends, with your family, every which way. This is a time where you're really stepping into your own success. This is a time where you can truly be successful now. So plant those seeds. Start thinking of your outcomes. Start, If you were to plant seeds moving forward into the future, what would the seeds be? What do you want to plant right now so that you can harvest it in the future? I had a download a long time ago that we live in a residual effect of yesterday's thoughts. So if that's true, which I do believe it is, I saw it back then that about 3 days back, whatever you thought of 3 days ago is what we're actually experiencing here and now. I think it's sped up. It's like, for some of us, minutes, hours, seconds, but a day, 2 days for most, okay? Yeah, it's really exciting. The next card is Rival. Rival. Okay, have you been focusing on a rival? Not a rival, like arriving from an airport, but a rival, someone that is restricting you, holding you back, not allowing you to have that success and plant those seeds. Who is holding you back? Well, a lot of you may answer saying, oh, it's my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother, my husband, my wife, someone outside of yourself. I would say that the only answer is yourself. You are the one holding yourself back. It is less about them and it is more about you. So if you truly want to move forward and be successful, stop blaming. Stop blaming everyone else around you. Oh, I gave him money how long ago, and he owes me money still. Oh my God, get over it. Things change. Money comes and goes, and it is time to take responsibility and say, I'm not going to let anyone control my life any longer by blaming and shaming them or me, right? It is actually less about them. I'm using them as a crutch. The story of in the past, my mother, my father, my babysitter, whatever it is, that story becomes a crutch and it binds you. And that actually becomes like a rival, because part of you wants to be your ultimate self. But can you be your ultimate self if you're being held back by yourself through the stories that you've been holding on to forever, right? Can you plant your seeds of success when you are holding on to crappy stories from the past? Oh, he had an affair on me, or she had an affair on me, or, went into my bank account and took $1 million out. I know that one. Right? And do we hold on to that? Obviously, there's some part of me that probably is still holding on to that a little bit, but God bless, I am so grateful things have happened to me because they were an education, and that's the message to you, is this is all an education, and what are you going to learn from it? How are you going to take these learnings? How are you going to take this lesson? Oh my God, how did I have two rivals in one deck? They really want to let you know that the rival, let go, become educated, and instead of having the rival as being someone that controls you, have a rival that allows you to learn from them and grow from the experience. And then you are free to plant the seeds of success. Okay? That's door number 1. Just a few cards today, but what a powerful message, right? Okay, so let's see. You have the pot. So the pot is an interesting one because it's actually a symbol on the side, but I like to see it this way because when it is on the side, it represents something that is not quite seen yet. something that is about to flow out of the pot. So something has been hidden from you, and it is about to be exposed. Okay? It is also that you have been focusing on lack and an empty pot for so long, right? There. You've been focusing on that empty pot for so long that you haven't allowed yourself to have the wealth of your universe. And so when you tip it over, everything is pouring out, and it is focusing on lack, 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 lack. My painting just fell towards me, and I think that's interesting. I painted this. I painted something similar to it years ago for my girlfriend Mims, who was my best friend. And Kelly had a 3D kind of acrylic paint, so you can actually see it's all on its edge. It's pretty cool, actually. And I painted another faceless angel for my series. So Kel and I decided to make a card deck, a faceless angel card deck. So that's what we're working on right now. You going back to door number 1, this is actually an abundant time for you. If you can get over the resentment that you've been holding for far too long of someone that has hurt you, if you can actually release that, because it feels toxic. It feels like I want to throw it up. It feels like I want to really let it go because it's been binding you for far too long. When you do that, you will find balance. You will find, prosperity, joy. Everything good is coming your way if you let go, and when you let go. Yeah, because this is a time for actually connecting with the God force energy and realizing that you have to ask, is it godly? Is it not even godly? Is it spiritual, what I'm doing? When I get to the end of my time and I go meet with Creator, will Creator actually be giving me a life review, and will I feel great about my life review? Like, wow, I treated people with respect, and I forgave, I had compassion, I had faith and trust that everything happened for a reason. And do I unconditionally love all those that have come into my life, including those that have hurt me? If you can say yes to that, then you are free. I'm sounding Portuguese. Been in Portugal too long. Not long enough, actually. Yeah, I'll be going back there soon. Yeah. So, anyways, if you can't say that, then what are you going to do when you have your life review? You get to come and do this all over again. So, this is your wake-up call. And this is your time to say, okay, I really need to forgive all those around me. And more importantly, forgive myself for all the things that I've said and done that were, hurtful, could be vile. We've all said vile stuff in our time, I'm sure, unless we're like not even monks. Absolute saints. We've all done things that, we probably would cringe at in our spiritual state. But the point is your whole reading is that this is the time for success. You have the seeds of success that are able to be planted here and now. So you have, the two angel and a devil. You have one that's restricting you and holding you back, and one that is going to set you free. And it is all a matter of choice. So what is it that you choose to do? Okay? So it is. Okay. How was that? Please leave comments below. Please share this with others so that they too can find some insight, some wisdom, and some love from this. Door number 2. Here we go. This is your go time. What are you going for? This is your go time. Wow. So, you have been doing a lot of spiritual praying, focusing, working on growing yourself and your enlightenment, your enlightened self. The pathway is open for you. This is your time to actually move towards the open door, because it feels like everything is coming into alignment. Again, it goes back to, you probably have actually done all the practicing of the 5 lessons of life, right? You have done the forgiveness and the compassion and the faith and trust and unconditional love and all of that, because you have built bridges. You've built bridges over troubled waters. Instead of stirring up the shit, you're actually letting it just calm down. No more engaging and bringing forth issues and involving strangers, right? Now you're actually building the bridges. Some of you will understand what this means, because I can see like multiple meanings for this. For some, it is volunteer work or helping strangers build that bridge and finding their way over troubled water. And that, of course, is one of the most, beautiful things that we can do whenever we help another, whether it's an animal, an insect, a person, a tree, anything that is either living or non-living, restoring a chair, restoring a piece of furniture, sharing love with something, that is building the bridge, and that is allowing the energy to flow. So this is your time to allow that energy to flow with strangers, but also with yourself, okay? Number 2, affection. Let's see what they want to say about affection. You have been protective either against affection, not wanting people to get too close to you, so you push people away. Some of you will feel that. Or it'll be that it can be the wrong kind of affection that you're protective of, right? That might sing true for some of you. But it also can be that you're very protective of the ones that you are the most closest with. And I think that one is what sings true with most that are watching here today, is that instead of being like rawr in your protection, be kinder, be more affectionate, more loving, and simply share love. It's all about love, isn't it? And are you practicing love? Are you, I think back to, my relationships and their past relationships, and I think to myself, where's the love, right? I've written my former husband a couple of times, Miles, and I've actually shared a lot of love there, right? Trying to help out, like, hey, if you guys are coming to Europe, you guys have a place to stay. Believe it or not, right? And that's the way it should be, right? Life is too short. Come on. Share the love. So, number 2, I think that's what you're doing. You've done a lot of the spiritual work, and the protection is now being replaced with affection. I like that. Protection is replaced with affection. That almost feels like, like a rap. Protection is replaced by affection. Okay, so another card came out here and I didn't grab it. What is it? Where did it go? Just 1 second, sorry. I should have grabbed it because it goes with something here. Boredom, that was it. Okay, so the next one is boredom for number 2. Have you been feeling bored? Have you been feeling like life is in a whirlwind and oh my God, where do I go? Where do I put my feet down flat? And I think that's what it is get up on your own 2 feet, stand there solid on 2 feet. So many of us will put, dip one foot in the one toe in the water, and then another toe in the water. If this was water swirling around, right, the only way to calm the water is to step in with both feet and be solid. And when you do that, you ground yourself, right? And that's when it's really solid. So if you're bored, life is too short. Again, imagine going to the end of your time and you do a life review and you think, wow, I spent years in front of the television or the PlayStation or the casino or the, right? Where are you spending majority of your time right now and feeling kind of bored? And so start new routines, right? This is your time to turn up the shit. Like stir it up and throw it up into the cosmic garbage can. You literally, so this is a visualization that I do often, is I actually feel like movement around me, and this field of energy will start to lift up the negative energy from my property, from my house, from my existence, and it brings it up into the light. And I literally feel it just with ease and grace going into the light, right? And then it's gone. And then the sun shines, and this beautiful sunshine, it lights up my yard, it lights up everywhere around us, and then it lights up myself. No more boredom. Can you see that? Can you feel it? Okay, so the other thing is share your smile. Share your loving heart, share what's great in your world. Start, when I came back here, it was fun because way back when, Kel and I, she's my best friend for many years, decades actually, and we were both going through a divorce pretty much at the same time. And we used to go for, laps at the gym, and we would be talking as we would be doing laps, and we were pretty fit back then. And anyways, we found that we were bitching so much. It was a bitch session of, oh my God, he did this and this and this and this. And finally I said, okay, enough. We're going to do gratitude laps. So let's do a gratitude lap. You do a lap and you speak of what you're grateful for, and then I'll do a lap and I'll speak what I'm grateful for. And it got to a point that we could do 2-3 laps of just talking about everything that we're grateful for, and then the next person, like she would talk for 2 or 3 laps, and then I'd talk for 2 or 3 laps, because it becomes a muscle. And then soon you don't even know what you were bitching about before, right? It's like, wow, everything has changed. When you change your focus, everything changes, right? When you change your blame, it all changes. Okay, so the next one is the boss. Who is the boss, right? It is time that you became the boss of your own life. And with that, what does that mean to you, right? What does that mean to you? That you became the boss of your own life. Your own light. Freudian slip there, but actually it was very good, right? Are you the boss of your own light? So is your light kind of diminished, or are you shining bright? And if you're not shining bright, don't you think it's time that you started to shine bright? Just saying. Last one, laughter. I love that one. Okay, what have they got with celebrate and laughter? There we go. That's a really nice one to end on, isn't it? So, focus on laughter. We had a bunch of people over here 2 nights ago, and I'm hoarse. My voice is hoarse because I have been laughing so hard, just peeing myself laughing. We laughed till 3 a.m. We had my adopted son, Dallas Jr., over here with his baby and his wife, his fiancée, and oh my God, we were expecting just a light barbecue and maybe finish by 10 o'clock. We went till like 3 a.m. We laughed so freaking hard. Oh my God. Kelly's boyfriend is just a card. And it's so wonderful to see such love, see such beauty. And yeah, it was really, really exciting to watch, these two couples and the beauty, the celebration in the laughter. So we laughed. And I feel different. I feel like I'm glowing even today. The voice is a little rough, but it was fun. Okay, let's see. What ones shall we get here? Oh, okay. You are going up. Number 2. This is your time for growth, for spiritual growth, for strength, for power. And yeah, you're moving in the right direction. So, and that's all it, right? When you start laughing and celebrating in laughter, you can only go up. There's only one way but to go up in your positiveness, in your attitude, in absolutely everything about yourself, right? There's also possible travel coming with you. Yeah, so freedom, travel, yeah, really exciting. And something to do with your house. So either you're going to sell your house or new house. It's a new foundation, a new, maybe a renovation, something like that. Okay, that's exciting. So please put your comments below, number 2, and let us know how you enjoyed that. And now let's go into number 3. First of all, I have to separate all the cards because we want to use these cards again. Yeah, so if you enjoyed that, put your comments below, please. And remember to subscribe, remember to share, and also hit that notification button so that you'll know every time that I come on here. Because, we're traveling so much, it's not always the same day or the same time. Right now it's, oh gosh, what time? 8 o'clock here, I think, in Canada. And normally it's about 5 o'clock that I do this. But I've been sleeping, I've been resting and getting over jet lag. So, okay, number 3, here we go. You ready? Did you ask a question? What would you like to say to number 3? Success again. Wow, these are really beautiful cards today. Success. Success in, you are opening the gateway to success. Isn't that exciting? You're opening the gateway to success and everything is beginning to flow for you. You open that door and it's just like all the creative juices are really starting to flow, the financial, the opportunities, the success, everything is really starting to come your way. It's like flowing towards you. And you are the shepherd. So I think that's good for number 3. Our work here is done, right? Not. Yeah, I can hear you going, no, I want more. Okay, so let me pull the deck. Yeah, that speaks for itself. So I would get a lotto ticket. Right? Okay, number 3, something about father. Oh, okay, is father past, or is there a father issue that is past? Or, the story that you may have been holding on to, if it was not a pleasant story, has passed. Or it could be that your father, who has passed, is coming to visit you and is with you. I actually had a visit from my father not long ago. I felt his presence. I felt the love from him. And often, when he's in the car with me, like I look over at the passenger seat, I can see him, I can feel him. And yeah, it was actually my brother that came recently. That was pretty cool. Right over my shoulder. Saw him as clear as day. Yeah. Okay, so number 3, you actually have success flowing to you. You have your father speaking to you. And it could be that your father, if he's still with us, it could be that he is asking you to stop something or let it die. That might make sense to you. Okay? Okay, dreamer. There we go. This is your time for breakthroughs. Love these cards. This is a time for a breakthrough for you. Your dreams are going to come true. You know, in the past you dreamt about stuff and it was just like a wall, a wall, a wall, a wall. You've grabbed that hammer and it's like, I'm coming through. You've put your order into the universe and the universe is responding. And so now you've got the walls are falling down that were restricting you in the past, and now you're actually stepping into your ideal self's life. So congratulations. Anything else that they would like to say? Boast. So this is your time to, instead of, oh, there we go, wow. Instead of cowering, instead of playing, far too small and not asking for what you want or not feeling worthy of what you want, start to put your shoulders back, right? Chin up and boast inside yourself. You don't have to be bravado. You don't have to say, oh, well, I brought in blah, 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 blah. No. Instead of cowering, feel your power. Wow, I love these cards. And don't worry about the judgment, right? Just play your cards right. It doesn't matter if there are snakes out there and that they're going to bite. I don't want you to feel that, any shame in asking for assistance. Be the person that you are, the parent, the loving, it can be a son, a daughter, a parent, whatever. And understand that you have a lot of support around you. So make your bed and lay in it. And that's it. This is your time to actually clean up your act and start to speak kindly to yourself. That's what the boasting is to speak kindly, to yourself and to others. Okay? Instead of, if someone gives you a compliment, instead of cowering and going, oh, shut up, which I've done a couple of times here, which was really quite surprising from me. I have to now say, no, I'm going to accept that and say thank you. Oh, that was really lovely. That's nice to hear. And step into your power, okay? It's important. No more judgment. No more judging of yourself or of others. It's time. Time you played your cards differently. If you want a different outcome, you got to play your cards differently, don't you? And let the snakes just slither away, right? They won't bite you unless you actually approach them. What you resist persists. So step back, step away, and they will go away. They will. You don't have to ask for anything in shame, right? You can ask with confidence. Put your shoulders back and know your power. Know who you are. And it's not necessarily a mother, a father, a sister, or brother. You are a spiritual being having a human experience, and you're here for a reason. You are here to support others and to also feel the support from others. It is all about sharing love. That's why we're here. Okay? So, if you were to lay down tonight and put your head down and you were to dream about your life, what would you dream about? That's the question. So, like I always do, you hear the helicopter above me. As I always do, as I'm putting my head down, I go, oh my God, isn't it marvelous? Isn't it just marvelous? Can you feel that? I want you to do that right now. Like, squeeze yourself and go, oh my God, isn't it just marvelous? Wow. You may not know what you're saying it's marvelous about, but your body reacts as if, wow, there's some marvelous things happening in your world right now. And that's how you will attract and manifest the most marvelous things in your world. You understand? Okay. So, as far as number 3 goes, okay, very similar ones. Birth. This is a birthing time. This is a time of new projects, new birthing. It can be a birth, a child coming into your world, or it can be a birth of a new project, okay? And DNA, I love this DNA one, right? And this is all about your goals. Ah, so interesting, because I haven't been focusing on my goals, and that gave me a huge reaction. Obviously, I need to start focusing on my goals more. So that's what this is for number 3, is that it's like strands of a DNA. And this is your time to really step into your power and allow the goals to manifest, because this is a time for you to, it's, remember the very first card, right? It was success. Remember this. This is your time. It's like the DNA, right? It's as if you were in the black void where you could rewrite everything. Everything. Whether mother, father issues, whatever it was, just rewrite it and focus on new DNA. See yourselves with 21 strands of DNA instead of the 2. And in that 21 strands, you are able to close your eyes and have out-of-body experiences. You're able to have telepathy. You're able to, remote view. You're able to lift objects and travel across the planet or into other universes with ease and grace. That's where we're heading to. That's what this is all about. This is humanity's evolution. We're just using 1% of our brain right now. Can you imagine if we were to use 10%? Oh, laughed so much. Okay, and the last card for number 3, affection. What would they like to say about affection? Whoop, I saw the money card there. Where'd it go? It fell out. It fell out of my hands. Sorry. Nope, I had everything else, but where did it go? Okay. Well, we'll go back to this one because that was the other one that was in there, affection. So start planting the seeds of affection. Do kind things for others and do kind things for yourself. Be affectionate towards yourself. Give yourself a foot massage or a hand massage, or, give your hair beautiful treatments so it's really nice and soft and healthy, and just care for yourself, and then care for everyone else around you as well. Just do random acts of affection, shall you? And imagine planting those seeds and the outcome that you will have from that. Absolute beauty. Okay, I think that's good for today. Any other thing here? Oh, yeah, a financial. There we go. You've got the financial card as well. Actually, that isn't finance. That is freedom. Freedom at last. Okay. So, yeah, you're really stepping into freedom and also a personal power. So this one I love, because if you look at it, it's like, do-do-do-do. I am like, yeah, man, I can reach for the sky. I can reach for the stars. And that's what it's all about. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this today. Again, remember to subscribe and to hit the notification button, to like the video, and to comment. I am growing this beautiful site, and your help is greatly appreciated, okay? Again, if you're interested in doing the workshop in Edmonton this weekend, the 23rd, 24th, and 25th of June 2023, I would love to have you. We only have 3 seats left, so you can fly in from wherever you are, and I would love to host you. It's a very intimate setting. I'm only having 12 guests there, at the very most 12 guests, because like I said, we're going to be filming it, and it's highly effective. We go through every aspect of your life, and you will be a totally different person by the end of the weekend. And this isn't a sunburn effect. This is something that will be long-lasting. I have Freedom Master grads from, I don't know, a decade or more ago, and they still talk about the course and how impactful it was and how profound it was for them, because it healed every aspect of their life. It healed relationships. I can't tell you how many couples or women especially, that came into the class going, yeah, my marriage is on the rocks and I don't know what I'm going to do. And I talked to them a short time later. It was like, oh my God, no, we've made amends and everything is great and, everything's wonderful. Or conversely, I've had couples that have come in and they've made that decision to joyfully go on their own way and they're still on really good terms. And yeah, they're growing. I have had a grad that quadrupled his income, which was substantial to begin with. He quadrupled it in 30 days. So many, stories like that. I had a couple that came into the workshop. This is a story. They witnessed their daughter dying. She was on a quad and she hit a barbed wire. And it was tragic, right? And so daughter died in their arms. And for a full year, they could not sleep because every time that they would close their eyes, they would see that image of their daughter. And so they were self-medicating and going to bed at 4 in the morning out of exhaustion, and they didn't know how to function any longer. And really, Freedom Masters was their last resort. So they came to the workshop, and they were adamant that they could not sleep, and they couldn't even close their eyes to do the meditations. So we did the first day of meditations, and they went home that night and they actually slept. It took them a little while, but they slept for about 4 hours on their own without medicating because they couldn't medicate because they needed to come back. The next morning they came, and what a tearful time that was because the mother was able to close her eyes for the first time in over a year and a half and do a guided meditation with us. And she felt safe, and I was able to help her, release all of the thoughts and just step into the present at that moment and feel that she was trusted, feel the trust and the faith. And she was able to move through it and see the beauty of my mom saying that today's tragedy is tomorrow's blessing. They didn't quite know what the blessing was yet, but they trusted that they would see it, it would be revealed in time. But the big thing was that they shifted the way that they saw things, and in doing so, they were able to find peace, because I think that's what their daughter would have wanted for them, right? Their daughter wouldn't have wanted them to live in a hell for the rest of their life and die, brokenhearted. I'm sure that she was on the other side saying, come on, Mom, come on, Dad, I need you to be strong, I need you to, release this. And they did. And it's a powerful course. So I invite 3 lucky, beautiful people that want to come and attend. There are only 3 seats left. So please look in the comments and you'll see the link for the course here in Edmonton, Alberta live. And I look forward to seeing you there. Okay? Much love to everyone. Bye now.